All right, here's a cool observation Cassie and I had at a restaurant not too long ago. I wanted to make a video about this. I gotta wait till 14 seconds into the video because, as you know, the attention span of the human now can only pay attention to things for about 14 seconds. So I wait for that time to go by because I don't want to waste any good information on those people that have an attention span that's only 14 fucking seconds long. So here we go. Now that we're 23 seconds into it, we like to make meals on our own. We like to cook for ourselves. We love it. We enjoy it. We absolutely cherish, adore, and respect and honor food and our meals. And we think about them in the day, and we plan them and talk about them. And literally food, everything that crosses our lips is decadent and divine and chosen and deliberate as we nourish. But sometimes we like to go out to restaurants, and one thing I've yet to be able to create, or we haven't really gone in and started to recreate that a restaurant can, is sushi. Good sushi. I don't prefer it. She adores it. And then I can usually find 5 or 6 plates that are amazing at these restaurants. So we went to one of the best, quote unquote, in San Diego. All right. And we go and we're ordering dishes and they're coming out. It's fantastic. We ended up she did 3 or 4 rolls. And then I had a big New York strip sliced into like little medallions. And then we had 5 other side dishes. So something that was frustrating was 4 of the 5 side dishes we've made before, and better. And that's okay. You also got like a 20th of what we would normally have at home. And then it was also, 4 times the price, which is fine. It's all about the experience, and it was fun, and got to dress a little bit and do some stuff. Well, the guy, their main guy, rolling sushi, got so far behind, and they made it a point to let you know that you cannot keep the table for a certain amount of time. It's like, all right, we'll probably be in and out, although we do eat like Europeans, where we take a good 2 to 3 hours to eat our food, massive amounts of food. And so we were fine with this. Well, my steak comes out after we go ahead and do the initials, and I'm waiting, even though it's hot, I'm waiting for hers to come out. Like, no, and I'm like, all right. And we're just watching people and talking and just really enjoying the moment. And finally, it starts to get kind of odd. And this has been a long time. This is not, my steak's getting cold, but again, I'm all right with it. Like a good cold steak sandwich kind of thing. Like, I'm all right. Tried one of the medallions. They're fucking fantastic. She had one of them. Okay, it's fantastic. Still waiting. Okay. Finally, when we started noticing all the other tables were kind of puzzled and what's going on? Everybody's kind of done with their stuff. Some people have gotten hot dishes, but all the sushi stuff's not coming out. So finally, the waiters of the restaurant started walking around and communicating to everybody that they had gotten behind, sorry, but they're like 30, 40 minutes behind all the orders. And could you just be patient? And that was it. It's like, all right, Jesus. That's a big deal. There's like, within eyeshot, probably 50 tables, 40 to 50 tables, and they're all behind. It's okay, no big deal. We're taking our time anyway. So I, knowing this now, go ahead and proceed with my steak. Order up another root beer, sitting there waiting. And we're just kind of cuddled up in the corner booth, just watching everybody and just kind of chilling. And then it hit us. I'm like, you want to know something? And we started talking. They finally brought the sushi out. There's a point to be made. She killed it. It was phenomenal. Like, best sushi she's ever had. Okay. So hands down, the best dish she had ever had. That's the whole reason we went. This was one of, quote unquote, the best restaurants in San Diego, whatever that means. Which means if there is a hiccup, or if there is a scenario, or if there is some sort of unplanned, undetermined, random act that you have to adapt to, right? Like you just got backed up, or somebody called in sick, and now the business, now the organism, has to adapt, right? Their level of adaptation, just watching, and again, we tipped, we had a good time, thank you very much, this is great. Not sure we'll go back unless it's specifically for sushi. Nothing else was too outstanding, just the sushi was. And so now we know this, but their level of adaptation was indicative of not like, this is the best that a restaurant has to offer. This is it. And again, we're not people. I'm not personally a person, nor is she, that would complain or tip less or just be dicks about it. But there was a huge moment here for them to show that they're the best. You show that you're the best. You show your best moments when things aren't ideal, when things aren't going smoothly, when things don't line up, when you don't have all access to your resources, when you don't have access to your schedules and your tools and all your shit. That's what makes you the best. So the best restaurant, when this thing was put to it, they completely fell apart. All you had to do, it's walk by the tables, offer a complimentary soda, or bring out some maraschino cherries just as a gesture, or hey, here's a complimentary hot appetizer or something. There was literally like chatter amongst all the tables where people were kind of upset and people were kind of put off, and we were just entertained by the whole thing, but looking at how could this place have done it differently, or if we were running, or if this was a body, or if this was, and this is how we look at the world and look at, because when you are living a life that is truly healing and in everything in its entirety that you choose to do is medicine for that, and that's all you do is live for that. It all fits, it all lines up. That should carry into businesses, that should carry into industries, that should carry across, because that's how humans should be operating, which means humans operating with other humans to create a business or create an industry. That should all be an expression of the smaller. And this wasn't it. And that's just how the body and this business, they don't work the same. And it should. When you are put up against your toughest, when you are going through the most severe, the most intense, that's when your best comes through. That's when your best medicine, your best responses, the best version of you shows up. That is adaptation and healing. That is what the body does, only knows to do. Now you can get in its way and make excuses. Well, we only had one chef. My genetics, my shoes. We're understaffed. It's my age. I ran out of this supplement. My therapist isn't in town. I didn't have my team of practitioners. I didn't have my community. So again, this was just something that could have been such a huge moment for what's quote unquote the best in the business of cuisine, and it fell short. And I was like, God, this is just so not, we both were like, this is just so not how the body works. Like, when the body is put up against it, that's when your best comes through. That's when, at least, that's how you should start looking at it. Because that is the design. Whether or not you do that or not, I don't have any idea. But that's what we're trying to promote and get people to understand on both of our pages for sure. So it's when things are the toughest, that's when everything shows up. That's when all your efforts, that's when all the decisions, that's when all the training, that's when all the inputs, that's when all the writings, that's when all the readings, that's when everything you've been culminating should show up the most in an accident, when things are severe, when it's not sunny, when you don't have all your resources, as I said, when you don't have all your tools, when you don't have all the ingredients. Not everything's just perfectly set up. Things are delayed, things are canceled. That's when your best self shows up. Up to you whether or not this is how you express it, but that is why the way of life we are talking about is so important, so that when things like this do occur, you do not lose stride. You know exactly what you need to do to adapt and heal to the specific scenario, because you've been living it all along, living it. So if we can say something, it's be better than quote unquote one of the best restaurants in San Diego, because the design is better, and that's sad. We will go back down there because it was kind of fun. Sushi was good. Now we know. Again, the waiter complimented my outfit and then sent his little buddy over to compliment my outfit as well. Fist bumped me. I think they were gay. It's okay, because I was really rocking a pretty healthy outfit. All right. Be better than the best restaurant in San Diego. Boom.